Hello, comic fans. If you like to collect full runs of a series, this one may be for you. There's only 15 issues in the Warlock series from the 1970s, and I can give you 6 of the most important ones. Starting with number 1, all these are in very fine to very fine plus, which is those newbies that like the 10-point scale. That's an 8.0 to 8.5. There's your back cover on that one. And this is a Kane cover. Actually, John Romita did some alterations on it as well, so we've got to co-credit him. But you can see the Kane influence definitely from that cover. And a lot going on in this one. Of course, you've got the High Evolutionary, and Adam Warlock, as he's sometimes called. Started out as him, quite an original name in the Fantastic Four comics. I believe that was in '66. Correct me in the comments if you remember otherwise. But he's been around for a while and keeps changing iterations. This is the first time he gets the Soul Gem, which is one of the stones that fit into the Infinity Gauntlet at some point later on. But at this time it's firmly attached to Warlock's forehead. Plays a big role in the Death of Captain Marvel graphic novel, which is a really good read if you haven't checked that out. A little bit of that action on the inside. A really nice book. Not perfect, but it's in really fine collectible condition. And if you're looking to get a set of these, like I said, to get the number 1 and the number 2 out of the way would be a big start to completing that set. This is from 1972. There's your back cover on that one. Again, that's a Kane cover. The interior art is by John Buscema and Tom Sutton. This is a Man-Beast story. So if you enjoy the space-based adventure of Guardians in the Galaxy and newer comics like that, this is a lot of the start of that. Here's a look at your Man-Beast. And I skip number 3 and go to number 4. Mike Friedrich is doing the scripts at this time. And we finally get Kane to come in and do the whole book instead of just the cover. There's your appeal to what they think all the little boys like, motorcycles and choppers and such. I've got to admit I had a chopper when I was a kid, so I guess I was no exception. There's your splash page. That's a classic Kane. Look at those eyes on Warlock. We have the death of one of Warlock's friends in this. at the hands of somebody called Newman. And we also have, just to give you a little more science fiction action, an appearance by, I don't know if I can find it. Well, there's a look at the Saturday morning lineup that they used to do every year for Saturday morning cartoons before cartoons were all day long. I don't think I'm going to find it, but you'll see an appearance by Counter-Earth's Victor Von Doom in this. So that's a little bit of a different story, kind of like the Star Trek transporter accident where they all met their counterparts. Then we jump to number 11, so I missed some of the middle ones in there, but that's not going to run you a whole lot of money to pick up those ones. I just never managed to do it. And now we go to Jim Starlin covers. And Jim Starlin picks up the writing as well as the pencils on the inside, so that's a big step up in the storylines here. Jim Starlin is critical in this space-based storyline. Having a big hand into Captain Marvel and the creation of Thanos and the whole Infinity Gauntlet saga. Not the only one, but definitely a big influence. There's a look at how that interior artwork turns out. It's like cosmic powers and things like that. And then we go to number 14. This one features Star Thief. And we graduate from motorcycles to airplanes. There's our advertisement on the back of this one. Steve Loa does the inking on this and finishes, but it's still Jim Starlin layouts and Jim Starlin pencils. Adam Warlock uses the soul gem to capture part of Star Thief's soul in this one. A little darker stories. And also the final issue in the series, number 15. And we've got the High Evolutionary in this one as well as Thanos and Gamora. The story goes on to Marvel Team Up number 55, so if you're a Spider-Man collector, you may have read that second part of the story. And here's the first part. Beautiful art. There's a look at Thanos on that page. Some action on the next page. And you can't go wrong with a little bit of pip action if you like snarky characters. Pip definitely fits that mold. Wonderful set. Check that out on Craigslist. I'd love to talk trade. Always interested in talking comics in general, so reach out to me in the comments. See me on Craigslist.